Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Today we're up at the home of No Limit Fabrication. You've probably heard of these guys. Mike, right? The owner.
I am Mike.
You own the company.
I do.
What we're gonna do, you guys, we're gonna dig into this Raptor. But I mean, from like the 2,500 horsepower R8 just tucked quietly over here, your boat up on the lift.
Which is supercharged.
So I gotta imagine this is, I mean, I can already tell from quick looks, and I know it's a Kibbetech build, you know, so I get a sense that this is, again, a built one, given what you're into. So let's start with, like, what gen is this Raptor?
It's a second gen 2018. I bought it brand new off the lot.
And then, so 6-cylinder in this one then?
Yeah, I came with the 6-cylinder EcoBoost.
But I gotta imagine you didn't leave it the stock Raptor setup.
No, so it sounded terrible. I'm sure you've heard one.
I agree, I think they sound awful.
It sounded horrible.
Gross.
It was tuned, it had upgraded turbos, it had downpipes. I think we chopped the exhaust, then bought multiple exhaust kits trying to get something okay. I can't remember if it was my own idea or someone else's, but it was like twin turbo Coyote swap. So
oh dude, let's pop the hood, I gotta see this.
And
oh, bitchin', dude.
Honestly has substantially more room in the engine bay than the 6-cylinder did. Substantially more.
It's really surprising actually to see, because Coyotes typically look massive. When you see it in a 67 Mustang or something, it takes up the entire engine bay.
Yeah, not this one. I mean, I ordered a Plasma Man intake for this thing, so it'll sit a bit higher, but I had to get intake manifold to stay below. That's part of the steering.
Yeah.
But other than being limited by that, I have all the room in the world. I could go up in turbo size all I want.
Yeah. Do you know the size on your turbos?
Precision 62s. They make about 25 PSI. It's pretty well known. It's a minimum 1250 wheel horsepower.
Now I know why you said when you have a bad day, go home and blow the tires off the truck.
I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I can really fix a mental state driving this truck. Well, we started it like a month before COVID. The biggest problem that happened with it was nobody had ever done one. And this is a push to start. It doesn't have a key.
Right.
And what we ran into was during COVID, to get a license to change a body control module, you have to have a license to do it from Ford, because of theft. If it had a key, I didn't need a license because I could physically have the key. As we kept changing harnesses, like the easy part only took a month. I had this done in Maryland by a shop that was sure they could do it. When we fired it for the first time, when you hit the gas, it died, and when you hit the brakes, it accelerated. It was doing really, really weird things. So I believe, do not quote me, but I believe what we ended up with was the ECM out of a Coyote F-150 and the engine harness out of that in this truck. We did that, It took a year. Nobody else had done it, and a guy named Rob Shoemaker literally said, give it to me for a week. I'll give it back with the 1,000+ dyno sheet, and that's that. I shit you not, a week later, it came back with 19.5 PSI, made 1017 at the wheel on like a 35-inch tire.
Wow, crazy.
I let Mr. Kibbetech take it to a Hoonigan this versus that. And on the test hit in 4-wheel drive, he shot the rods out of it. The guy told me, don't put that truck in 4-wheel drive with big boost to it. It lived at 1,000 wheel for 3 years, and I never took it out of the 19 PSI file.
Wow.
Ever.
Wow.
So then when I put a built engine in it, it's a full forged everything. It's a big 1,500, and it stays under warranty. Whatever.
So now
whatever
if you want, you can throw it in 4-wheel and you don't have to think twice about it.
And we will today.
Then you probably smoke all 4 tires.
I don't know. I can't see because the suspension travel is so much. All I see is the sky.
Yeah.
The first time it did anything in 4-wheel drive, I let Ryan take it to an off-road event. Aside from jumping, I think probably 100 feet in distance, I think he hit a jump at about 80 miles per hour. When he finished, the front drive line was gone and the rear diff was smoked. So whatever it is, it's making a lot of power.
Yeah.
So I put in an aftermarket front drive line that he recommended. We switched from a spooled rear end to a locker rear end. It has a fully built Coyote Direct 10-speed trans.
And then
It runs on ethanol.
all the suspension, you said it's still stock frame, but then all the suspension.
It's back halved.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's stock from the cab.
Got it,
up.
okay. But you're full pre-runner capable with this.
Oh God, I hope so.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
We haven't let it eat yet because he's a busy girl, and we need to go. We need to go shock test it. But
Come on, Kibby, come on.
sorry, bud. Love you.
So why don't you walk us through them, what's been done, suspension-wise? Give me some insight
This
on
is
that.
going to be like a preschooler doing it.
Oh, dude, I'm the preschooler
Yeah,
listening, man. I'm right with
we'll
you.
both be preschoolers together. Well, we can start at the front.
Yeah.
The shock towers, this is basically a bar that connects the shock towers to create an engine cage to lock everything together. This and the swing set steering, Kibby basically had to redo the entire front cover of the truck. He had to convert it to basically another style of Coyote front cover that relocated everything because all the pulleys are in the way because the steering comes straight up in front of the crank. He had to do a remote oil cooler. He had to relocate the alternator, move the water pump.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
every single thing on the front of the engine had to change because the steering, it's called swing set, and it comes
So
straight
it's going
in
to
front
hit
of the
all
motor.
that stuff if it's not relocated.
And he got rid of the electric and went to hydraulic over electric steering. So my dash looks like a Christmas tree. Every ABS light you could ever imagine.
Right.
It just yells at me every time I
Letting
start
you know the
truck.
whole time something's
Yes.
wrong.
If you look underneath this truck, every single piece is a billet piece that he made.
This is all Kibbetech stuff, right?
Every single piece.
Wow, so
He designed
bitchin',
it
man.
himself. The uppers, the lowers, every single piece other than the hardware
Yeah.
and the uniballs was made there.
They do really slick stuff, man.
So this was the first set of billet spindles on a Ford. If you look in there, look at the chunk that's built
No,
out
I know.
of. I mean, it's a
amazing.
massive,
Yeah,
massive
it
chunk.
really is.
King coilovers. They're custom anodized. I had everything done black.
God, these bump stops are so bitchin'.
Yeah, everything is
So cool.
really, really a work of art.
Wow, this is all his shit, huh? The trailing
Yeah.
arms and
Yeah, they're called short course links, something I knew nothing about at the time, but
Yeah.
his options were we either make it a tube chassis and go fully in. And I said, I don't really want that. I'm not gonna use that. I want a truck that I could put paddle tires on and go to Glamis in. That's what this
you
truck
do
is
that
built
with
for.
this?
It's about to.
Is it really?
I gotta burn these tires off a little more and then they'll get turned into paddles.
We can help you with that today. if you
Yeah,
want.
we're gonna work on that just a little bit.
Yeah. The fenders, quarters, I can tell, is this all Kibby stuff? Or?
So he modified them, but I did the fiberglass before I ever even put a Coyote in it. I did fiberglass because when I bought this truck, the first thing I did was hit whoop sections in it. And the first thing I found out was that with driver and a full tank of gas, the factory fender flare would rip off. And I kept ripping the thing off. And then it was only the driver's side rear and I kept damaging the fender. I had a place called Moore Park Auto Collision do all the smoothing because the fiberglass needs that. Kibby did all the installation
Got it.
and he's modified it a good bit. He's reinforced it. He's put tabs and braces
I
so it
noticed,
doesn't bounce.
I saw some bracing.
They didn't come with that, dude.
Yeah.
These are Fiberworks DeBerti fenders, and they're super wide.
What are you on tire-wise? How big are they?
39 inch BFG projects. Yeah, and it will roast them.
And what are the wheels?
They are Innovate G600s. True beadlock.
Yeah. Well, I'd imagine, with what you guys are planning
Yeah,
on
and then modified for the larger axles.
Because obviously since they got destroyed, not stock axles anymore, none of that's...
No, they're Curry, I think 37 splines.
Wow.
I've
Wow,
learned a
beefy.
lot on this.
I'll
because
bet
I
you
did,
have.
I did not know what all it needed, and now we were gonna dyno it and we were gonna put stock wheels on it. They don't even fit on there.
I dig the bumpers, dude. All the body stuff on this is really
Yeah.
slick. It's very...
Nothing's gaudy. Everything's
looks
pretty
OEM
minimal.
plus, you know,
It's
it-
pretty minimal. It's really useful. Like when I step on this bumper to get in the truck, it has grip on it. I don't feel
Yeah.
like I'm gonna slip. 'Cause
Yeah.
This sticks
Yeah.
out. So when you're dug in just to even get in and out of this truck,
For sure. I see that.
this was functional. I was like, why would you do that? I want it smooth. He's like, trust me, you want grip on there. And then if you want
So now is this trans cooler or something? Or is
Yeah.
this...
still works.
I didn't pop it because I didn't know, to tell you the truth.
Still has a
Still
man
work.
step.
What do we see in here that's not covered right now?
So this truck has 4 fuel pumps. This is access to the main fuel pump. And then there's 3 boost activated pumps that are tucked up underneath the truck now.
So depending on how much boost you're under when you're
Yeah,
driving?
as the boost comes on, the pumps come on.
Got it, okay. And then this is,
Trans coolers.
and now I see what you're talking about the rear suspension. Dude, that's tastefully done because it's very well hidden.
I did not want it above the bed rail. You don't really know, other than the fenders and a couple little things you can see, you don't really know
You don't get a
what
sense.
this is.
I agree. When we pulled up on it, I mean, the first thing I noticed is how wide it is,
Yeah.
obviously. It's
He said he had never done one with these Ford Raptors, and he said this was the widest rear end he's ever had to build.
have you messed with interior as well?
Just subs and stuff. Everything is completely stock. The last thing to do to this truck that hasn't been done is a cage, and really only for him, because I told him when we started the build, I want this truck to jump the Oldsmobile gap, and you're doing it, not me. I want my truck to do that, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I got kids, I just don't want to, but I want to see that truck doing that.
So I'm assuming it's not still the stock fuel tank?
No, so the factory fuel tank used to run front to rear on the driver's side. This one is hidden up underneath. So it's really trick. You know, it's very hidden.
Yeah.
You never would know unless you saw the fuel fill up in the bed. You wouldn't know.
This truck.
Yeah,
And I'm guessing he probably fabs his own fuel tank as well.
no, so he's got Pyrotech, I believe. The bolts and a couple small other things are the only things that he didn't physically make on this truck.
Yeah.
Almost everything you're looking at was made on his CNC or made with his laser.
Yeah.
And a lot of the stuff was the first time of all in-house work was on this truck.
Yeah, this is bitchin', dude.
Yeah,
this is so familiar.
Bone stock other than
Yep.
amps and subs. This is
Gotta admit, the interior's really bitchin'.
this is 6 years old.
Yeah, no, I get it.
And it shows it.
And but it's still, like, in my opinion, it still holds up in the sense you're not getting in something that's totally antiquated or that feels that dated.
So the one thing that we did, because he thinks I'm older than I really am, he put big mufflers on this thing. So the wastegates off the turbos are vented to the atmosphere. I was like, this truck's too quiet. So next time it goes to him, we're either gonna get rid of the mufflers or put really tiny ones on. I
want
believe,
noise.
yeah, I need more.
Yeah. Well, hell, let's go drive it, dude, and
go.
we'll talk more while we drive.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm super excited to announce that we have a brand new collection coming out. We're calling this one the Player. New shirt, new hat. This might be my favorite design we've come up with yet. It's dropping on September 17th, so let's jump into today's episode. Now I felt that slight little lift, but it's not near as dramatic as some of
drive, it won't really do it that much.
Yeah. And you
You know,
said you're
that's
over
him speaking.
1,000 at the tire.
Yeah,
Now, don't you guys on off-road stuff, don't you lose a ton from the crank to the diff, right?
So that's why I'm easily confident to say it's well over 1,000 at the tire. Is it previously made 1,000 at the tire with the factory Raptor suspension.
Got it.
I feel like it's probably about 1,500 crank horsepower.
Got it. Okay, I see.
So even with 35% driveline loss,
You're still
it's still got to be
way
over
up there.
1,000. It's
I hear you.
still got to be over 1,000. That's why I want to dyno it. I know on the factory at 19.5 PSI on the old rear end and old rear shocks, it made 1017. Now at 25 PSI on the old rear end, it would make between 12 and 1,300. So I'm guessing even with this longer travel, it's still probably 1,050 to 1,100 wheel horsepower.
Yeah.
If I turn it all the way up. The way we're gonna run it's probably around 1,000.
Oh, you're not shitting, dude. God
You know.
damn.
That's all you need.
I mean,
yeah, you were spinning tires.
no, trust me, I know,
I left
man.
traction control
That's
on
why I
for you,
lifted it. I lifted out pretty quickly,
Yeah.
and you had traction.
Yeah,
on.
I left traction control on.
Smart idea. Gnarly. I mean, just that little bit of a blip.
Yeah, this truck's not
Boy,
lame.
it just goes from like,
Nothing to everything.
damn, God, yeah, you're right. This is up in that 1,000
That was
range.
nothing.
I know, no, dude, I was mild on it, but you
Yeah, you didn't have the wastegates open yet.
nah, that
It's
was
not party until the wastegates are open. Yeah, I let off.
holy shit, damn, dude.
That was chirping him at 70. Yeah,
That
I
was
let
at
off.
70. Yeah. No, I got you.
I shouldn't have, but I let off.
Ah, this thing hits so hard, bro. What a bitchin', dude, you love this truck, huh?
How could you not?
I mean, I'm really enjoying the hell out of this
How could you not
thing.
want to have fun in this?
Ryan, give this truck AC back and it'll be a perfect truck in my opinion.
I agree.
So now you're four-wheel
Yeah.
high you do, correct?
Yeah. So I don't know what is actually going to happen. I just know it's very exciting.
Okay.
Well, it definitely spun all four.
You spun all four.
Yeah.
I felt that. That, my friends, is what you call a seriously badass truck. I just dig everything about it. Driving it myself was fun, but I tell you what, man, riding along with Mike in that thing, boy, spinning tires, especially that four-wheel drive pass, badass truck. Hats off to Kibbetech, man. You guys did a wonderful job on that. Now just get the air conditioning working, please. That's it for today, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Had a great time. I look forward to doing more with Mike in the future because this is a seriously cool guy and he's got some badass vehicles. So thanks for hanging and watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, man. Later.